Aloha, y'all. It is the first of the month, December 1st. Holy tits, we're here. December 1st, 2020. It is a blue cosmic hand guided by magic, according to the dream spell. I misspoke yesterday about the dream spell. Today I'm making sure I'm reading that right. The sun is in Sagittarius. The moon is in Gemini. Mercury is in the last moments of Scorpio. Venus is in Scorpio. Mars is in Aries. It is an Ajna day, a third eye chakra day. So if you're going to be doing meditations, be doing all your chakras, be doing all the mudras, mantras, kind of getting in this space. It's really good personal, you know, health upkeep. And it's interesting too, the results. But Ajna, the third eye, Om is the mantra. I think the mudra is that. And it's the key of A. Do some research, do some magic. You'll be all about it. Trust me. Let's get some cards, though. Hopefully you're all doing well. I drank chai tea. It was decaf, but I drank a chai tea at 9:30 last night, and I was up till like midnight, even though I took 2 Tylenol PMs. Crazy dreams. So I'm all over the place energetically. I think part of that was I just realizing that I'm a Sun and Moon Gemini, Chiron and Gemini. I think I'm going through a lot of healing and powerful changes with this lunar eclipse in full moon and lunar eclipse we just had in Gemini. So a lot of things going on in my world, probably yours too. We've got the Eight of Wands. Perfect. Great energy. So the Eight of Wands. Wands are fire, right? Sagittarius, Sun, Mars, and Aries. We've got this real power behind us to basically get things going. We're going from a dead world, a world that is in polarity, launching into a new world that's probably beyond polarity, right? In a sense. So the Eight of Wands. Taking initiative. It's time to do the thing. That's what you've chosen your script now. Start acting your lines out and doing the cues for the physical parts of the script. Strive for improvement, harnessing the available energy coming in, and there's quite a bit of it, so harness it. Eight of Wands, I can make this happen. And I don't know about y'all, but I feel that now. I'm just like empowered. It's like it doesn't mean I'm not afraid. It doesn't mean I'm not certain about anything, but it's like I'm confident to launch and go. The Eight of Wands shifts from the intense fiery struggles of the Seven of Wands to the magical glow of visions heading for the stars. A sense of the mystical has replaced the antagonism, and we can now see the light emanating from a luminous destination. The Eight of Wands contains a high level of energy and thrust which propels ideas and adventures forward. Think of it almost like the Sagittarius arrow. This is the arrow launching, right? Sun and Sagittarius. With the fire of Mars action behind it going, and we're like moon and full moon, we just had in Gemini, the moon's in Gemini, where we're like, I have new ideas. I'm beyond polarity. I could see all these ideas and I could see all these ideas. Now I'm going with great power, Mercury and Venus in Scorpio, into these places. The Eight of Wands contains a high level of energy and thrust, which propels ideas and adventures forward. As ideas soar high, though, there is still much work to be taken care of. There is no time to just sit and watch the sky because this card demands very focused attention. 8 deals with structure, the geometries, while the wands carry the raw combustion energy. Raw energy without a structure becomes rogue energy, unable to be harnessed towards any goal or purpose. Once you have an acute geometry of your trajectory and the propellant to reach where you want to go, once you've oriented and once you've got the propulsion, the inertia, you can work with complete concentration. Your productivity increases exponentially. However, there's almost always a natural tendency when things start to move decisively towards a destination to relax into the ride. In this instant, you must remain focused on the important details. It is the detailing of a product, a work of art, or piece of music, separating the wheat from the chaff that makes all the difference. The elements of an idea can be created rapier fast, right? Gemini moon. And so we can have quick insights. Oh my God, I have an idea. I have a genius epiphany. And it can happen quickly, but it is in the details, the unique composition and interplay of the elements, getting into the nitty gritty, getting serious about it. Mercury and Venus in Scorpio, that separates a good idea from a really outstanding idea. Very often, though, the detailing can be exacting and agonizing. The shadow of Scorpio, Mercury, and Venus is obsessive. Like we could be so obsessed with, like, if it's not perfect, I'm not going to release it. Being willing to draw or compose something for the 10th time when the 9th was good enough, or minutely adjust the bass on a track in an all-night stint to get it as good as possible as it possibly can be. This is the part where the final boost to get into outer orbit can sometimes empty the fuel tanks, and we hope we have gained just enough propulsion to reach the frictionless vacuum of space. That's when we can actually relax, when we're in space. But to get out of the atmosphere, we have to give it all our focus and our energy, attention, and gusto. This is the part where the final boost to get into the outer orbit can sometimes empty the fuel tanks, and we hope we have gained just enough propulsion to reach the frictionless vacuum of space. Greatness demands a drive unseen in most people. If you're going to hit that target that's really far away, you got to pull back that much harder. For Sagittarius, if you've got the vision, you could see the target, but it's like, how do you hit the target? It takes, energy and motion and focus and sightedness, like detailed sightedness. Like, I want to hit the bullseye, I got to see the bullseye. As you work on an idea, what can you add just a fraction of to transform it from a good idea to an exceptional idea? Hard work isn't enough to achieve success. There's a lot of people that slave away all the time just to like make bare ends. It's like, what makes a Beethoven symphony, or Babe Ruth slug this shit? It's like natural talent, sure, circumstance, and like all the the environment coming together for it, but also like focus and determination through work. But not just hard work, through like vision. So as hard work isn't enough to achieve success, you must always be learning with the aim to continuously improve. Always learning, Gemini Moon, with the aim to continuously improve, Sagittarius Sun. You must be discerning enough to know what is working and what isn't, and act on what you discover, Gemini Moon. Like, observe and take note. Like, make the necessary changes. Don't be so attached to things that you don't, if it's not working, let it go. Don't give up before, don't prematurely give up. Don't hold on too long. Middle path shit. You must become skilled at creating the environmental conditions to make success inevitable. And there's a lot of inevitabilities playing in, like, right now. Just, America's going through a Pluto return. So much stuff. There's a lot of inevitabilities. So you just like, do what you can, launch your ship, right? 8 of Wands, taking initiative, do what you can. Striving for improvement, be the change. Harness the available energy coming in. There's a lot of it. So new ideas, new places, new lands, as Justice, New Lands. Great band. If you don't know about Justice, it's a great band. We're going to new lands, guys. We're launching. We're here. This is not a joke. This is not a test. we're going to the moon, like the Apollo 13 or whatever. And just like in the story of the Apollo 13, I'm not even sure if it's true. I have friends that say NASA's fake and all this shit. But the point is, the story of the Apollo 13 mission, it's like they were prepared, focused, ready. They left orbit. And then guess what? Shit went to shit, and they had to like use the moon to lasso back and all this stuff, right? The Apollo 13, Tom Hanks movie. Watch it if you haven't. Ultimately, it's like we're launching, and how we, keep your wits about you. Don't just relax into it, right? So the card we're getting is the Mother. Mother, tell your children not to walk this way. Mother, da-da-da. It's a Danzig song if you don't know. It's great. It's probably their best song. But anyway, Mother, the Mother archetype, number 4. The moon is in Gemini, but it's about to go into Cancer, where it's exalted, and it is the Mother, right? We're about to get super emotionally sensitive to a lot. So get ready for that. Mother. Unconditional love, intimacy, nurturing, compassion, abundance, growth, fruitfulness, acceptance, fear, control, and outcomes. Key phrases: love without conditions, unconditional love. Encourage gifts and talents, emotional intimacy and affection, being supportive, embracing abundance, letting go of expectations. We are all different, nurturing ideas and goals, voicing thoughts and feelings, forgiving past failures. It's a big fucking deal right now. Releasing control of others, releasing the past, releasing expectations. Emotional manipulation. With Venus and Mercury and Scorpio, the last, Mercury's about to exit Scorpio and go into Sagittarius. We're going to get a lot of, this is like what's about to happen. It's not happening right now, but very soon, maybe today, but very soon, we're shifting into a place where Mercury will be in Sagittarius. We've got so much, it's like getting nitrous boosters on your car. It's just like, oh my God, I can see all sorts of truths. Where do I actually, what happened? Leaving the atmosphere of Earth is one thing, but what happens when you realize there's millions of planets and stuff nearby you can go visit? Like, where do you orient? Oh my gosh. But Venus and Mercury are in Scorpio presently, as I'm saying this, and emotional manipulation, right? Victimization, conditional, like I will give if you give me X, and I won't give otherwise because I got to protect myself. That kind of energy. Meaning, her womb is the void in which new life forms, safe, nurtured, and protected. Her womb is the void in which new life forms, safe, nurtured, and protected by her body. She is the earthly universe in which a cosmic soul takes on physical form. There is no more sacred or intimate bond than that of a mother and child. And we were talking about this in the 49 Gene Key. Haley and I were reading that this morning, where the biggest scar is like when you have your umbilical cord cut, you're abandoned by this energy, and a lot of our wounds come subconsciously from that place. She is the mother, nurturer, protector, and creator. She's the very essence of non-sexual intimacy, patience, compassion, unconditional love, and forgiveness, willing to place the needs of her child before her own. Nor is that love reserved only for her children of her womb, but for the highest ideal of the mother. For the highest ideal of the mother is a woman who extends her unconditional love to all who dwell in the world around her. Doesn't matter if you're my tribe or not, right, Haley? The 49 Gene Key. Like, I'm going to include you. Without question of whether or not love is deserved. It's not about, like, do you deserve my love? It's unconditional, like forgiving enemies kind of level. The mother gives without hesitation or reservation. She's both teacher and guide, encouraging her children to reveal the nature of their talents. Sagittarius is the guru, it's the teacher, so this is resonating there. It's like, I will show you the way. In this way, she gifts them with healthy levels of self-belief, self-esteem, and confidence. The mother is also symbolic of a fertile and abundant mind, a mind where ideas take root. The mother is willing to nurture these ideas and provide what is necessary in order for them to grow and blossom. This wand had the idea that it wants to rock it, and it's like, I will give you, it's like circle is very mother womb-like. It's like, I will give you the conditions for you to excel, and then you will go through. That's almost like a birth canal. It's like, let's go but be born. This is almost, imagine this is like the in utero battle of like sperm, egg. Like the wand is the sperm, the egg, there's the polarity in this world, and then you enter a new dimension. That's what we're doing as a collective and individually right now. It's the birth of a new aeon, y'all. We're being mothered. We're being birthed into it. So are you being a good mother to yourself? Are you depending on the mother God, goddess, however you want to look at this? Are you providing others nurturance? And we need to be doing that consciously. The mother, when she appears in the present position, symbolizes potential and abundance. Now is the time to allow ideas to germinate, take root, and grow. Cultivate them, nurture them, and be excited and passionate as you take your ideas from conception into manifestation. Gemini Moon, Sagittarius Sun. Take the ideas, Gemini Moon, and launch them, Sagittarius Moon, or Sagittarius Sun rather. Mars and Aries. Take the power. We've been gestating in the stillness. Venus in Scorpio, Mercury in Scorpio. And now we're going to launch. Right? We can launch powerfully. Now is the time to allow ideas to germinate, take root, and grow. Cultivate them, nurture them, and be excited and passionate as you take your ideas from conception to manifestation. 8 of Wands. It's like, give it the power and give it the focus and determination and, love. Love them and yourself enough to act and follow through, and do it without expectation or condition. Do it without trying to control the outcome. When you do something just because you love what you're doing, there are no failures or disappointments. Instead, there are only opportunities to learn and grow. And that's life, folks. We become attached to so much. And it's like, we're here to launch through phases. And that, like, phases of polarity, different dimensions. There's a dimension into a new dimension. Love the ride. You are being fully supported. Never doubt it. Love it. So let's get some more cards, shall we? Galactic Heritage card. I'm jazzed up. I'm surprised because, like I said, I went to bed late and had caffeine and Tylenol, sleeping pills, and all this stuff. So I feel like I'm channeling a lot of energy right now. Hopefully you're doing well wherever you're watching from. Type in where you're watching from. I'm always curious to see where tribe is located. And if you're enjoying this so far, I'm going to jam and pull some more cards and stuff. But if you're enjoying this, like, subscribe, share it with people, send it in a messenger, whatever. Be like, hey, this really helped me. It'll help you. That's how we can inspire each other to greatness, right? Through what? Care and nurturance, through teaching even. As a Sun and Moon Gemini 11th house, I'm a professor. I profess very much. I'm not like a master, but it's like I kind of see what's going on. Seeking karmic balance. Wow. Okay, so seeking karmic balance. Pleiades. Present timeline 63. As a 4th to 5th density species in this era, Pleiadians are now experiencing a higher spiritual awakening. They recognize their past imbalances and have gained a sincere intention to balance karma by recognizing that all things happen for a reason and learning from their choices. This card encourages you to do the same. A Pleiadian guide is most likely assisting you with this. Take an honest look at your repeating challenges and know that karma is at work. It's all good. We're being nurtured by the universe. We're developing in the school of life. These obstacles are gifts to help you move to the next level of your growth. These obstacles, cut down trees, a bad atmosphere, this polarity, are gifts that launch you into a new dimension of understanding and being. We wouldn't be going where we're going if we didn't have what's happening now. 49 Gene Key was talking about. It's like it creates, it's a separation, and in order to separate, you have to know differentiation and polarity and all that stuff. But balance that out. Obstacles are gifts. They help you move and grow. Embrace them and open to the lesson they are teaching you. When the Palladians were a young species, they made many choices that they regretted. This created karma for many of them and for the species as a whole. It reminds me of my dream a little, right, Haley? But like regretful choices in a way. But it's all good. They're conditions of learning that are specific to my, karma and my awareness levels and all this stuff. But as they evolved, they learned to balance this karma by gaining wisdom about their past actions, right? The mother has wisdom, right? Gaining wisdom. 8 of Wands. Focus, determination through the challenges. This card refers to the era in which the Pleiadians matured as a species. They learned the lessons of their past and became committed to helping other younger species avoid making the same mistakes that they did in the past. This is one of the many reasons why they interact with humans in the present. If this card comes up your reading, perhaps you had a Pleiadian lifetime in the past when they were a young species and you are now balancing that karma. Or perhaps you have a connection with a Pleiadian being from this mature present era who's working with you now by giving you wisdom and guidance. Look to the other cards for clues. It may also be possible that you're balancing karma in general and your soul desires to stop repeating old patterns from the past. That is literally the full moon, lunar eclipse in Gemini that we just had. Stories that we're telling ourselves, we're cutting them out and saying, I've learned the lesson. Thank you. Next. I've been here a long time. I've depleted all the resources and everything that I can get out of here. There's just stumps and desert wasteland. Next. Like, let's get out of here. It's time to become wise and nurture ourselves in a new and different way, into a new level of stories. This is a clear message to look at your life and your actions clearly and do whatever you can to stop repeating old destructive patterns. Snap yourself out of it. Move on. 8 of Wands. Get out of there. Always remember the wisdom neutralizes karma. Let me repeat that because that's very important. Wisdom neutralizes karma. When you learn your lesson, the lesson stops smacking you in the face. As long as you're not, it's like leaning out, like if you're driving really fast in a jungle and you lean out of your car, like Jurassic Park style or something, and all of a sudden you're getting smacked with all these branches, you're getting hit with the consequences of your decision, or your ignorance or whatever. If you put your head back in the car, you're not going to keep getting hit by the branches because the lesson has been learned. Does that make sense? Wisdom neutralizes karma. For in gaining the wisdom of the lessons from the past, future actions are made from a conscious place, and this is the ultimate way to balance karma. Learn and grow. Right? 8 of Wands. Learn and grow through nurturing and loving yourself tenderly. Like, don't just like thrash about. It's a paradox. I mean, here's like, a very phallic thing, and here's like the yoni energy. So it's like both, right? Black and white, going forward into the new birth canals of new paradigms, new universes. Seek that karmic balance, seeing there's light and there's a lot more good than bad, but that bad is very dense, bad and good. They're just perspectives of polarity. Seek that balance, seek that wisdom. Let's go ahead and get an animal oracle card. I am jazzed up. So we know there's a lot going on. So, all right. So we got this card. If you saw the pagoda of these boxes of cards that I make. Equality, seeking karmic balance. Guys, you can't make this shit up. And I just showed you it's a yoni and a very phallic card, both and. Equality, balance, seeking karmic balance, right? So equality. We need to be doing this. We need to be like, I am as much guilty as any of the worst villains I've ever thought of, and I am as equally awesome as any hero that I've ever aspired to be. You are it all. Equality, seek equality in relationships, and I need to be. I'm trying to do this well, Haley, but like I don't do it perfectly. I'm sorry. Seek equality in relationships, in particular intimate ones. That's why I'm mentioning my fiance. You will attract what you resonate. That's literally, we were talking about this yesterday. Where you're at is the lesson. What you attract where you're going. So if you're like learning the lesson, you attract maturity and wisdom and progress. And if you're not learning, you're still changing. Like the changes never stop. But are you attracting like ignorance and foolishness and addiction and codependence? You attract where you're at. Right? You will attract what you resonate, what you vibe. That's why maintaining a good, healthy body through meditation, diet, exercise, right thinking, all this stuff, that's important. It's not just for like, it's not a bumper sticker. It's not just to feel good. It's like, it actually creates the reality that you resonate around you. You can decide your future. Guys, you can decide your future. Where are you going? 8 of Wands. Hiding from our fears is rarely a good strategy. The negative side of the mother is like, Mom, hold me. I want to go back inside. I'm not safe out here. Put me back in the womb. Put me back in the womb. Reconnect to the umbilical cord. It's like that can't happen. So hiding from our fears is really a good strategy. It is time to ensure that the domestic and emotional labor in your world is shared equally. So, research and learn new things. Also do like breathing and eat well and like exercise. It's not just about your body. You don't want to just become this awesome Arnold Schwarzenegger meathead who can't fucking think freely. But you don't want to become a philosopher who doesn't, who's obese and sedentary and just like sitting around being like, feed me or whatever, right? Mythos. It is said that the beautiful sea nymph Salacia was happy and content, and she kept a sea garden of beautiful corals and seahorses. The king of all seas, Neptune, which has just recently gone direct, so now our dreams are coming true. It was in retrograde for a while, so now with all this direct energy, it's like, okay. Saw her one day and set his heart upon her, wanting her for his wife. He had a goal. It's like, I see that, I want that. I'm going to focus on it and get it. Salacia was chaste and inexperienced and feared Neptune. She was afraid that he would take her away from all she loved, or worse, so she hid from him in one of the furthest devotions. Neptune meant no harm or disrespect to Salacia and searched for her, sending his favorite dolphin to look. Dolphin energy is very Gemini moon, it's playful, and this Gemini moon is going to what? Search Sagittarius. For what? His lover, Venus and Scorpio. And she's being all paranoid and fearful. Mercury and Scorpio. She's like, is he going to rape me? Is he going to just like trap me in a room and like make me a sex prisoner? The dolphin found Salacia and her seahorses, and they explained her fears to him. So communication, Gemini moon. The dolphin assured them that they would be happy with Neptune, and Salacia would not lose the things she most loved. Salacia consented to the marriage, and Neptune loved and honored her. She wore pearls in her hair and rode in a pearl shell chariot drawn by both seahorses and dolphins to signify the equal union. Animal. If you have ever seen a seahorse in the flesh, you will attest to how wondrous these animals are. Swimming upright, the bony fish without scales has a distinctive horse-shaped head and a tail they wrap around sea vegetation. They are very beautiful and can appear in a variety of colors. They range in size from a tiny 1.5 centimeters to a more robust 14 centimeters, but all move in supremely delicate ways. Most have a propulsion system made up of rapidly oscillating fins, including the dorsal fin, and they often float with the current to get from place to place. They have no teeth and suck up their food. One of the most famous things about seahorses is their reproductive cycle and the high involvement of the male in rearing their young. Seahorses have elaborate courtship rituals. It's a mother card. The males act as a mother, right? Seahorses have elaborate courtship rituals that can last for many days prior to the actual mating. When they are ready, the male opens his brood pouch, which contains the sperm. The female deposits her unfertilized egg into the pouch, and the pouch then closes. The eggs are fertilized, and the baby seahorses grow within the male's brood pouch, protected by him. His pouch makes him look quite pregnant. When they are at the sustainable age, or when they're at the right age, 5 to 2,500 little seahorses are ejected from the pouch. The magic. Like most ocean-based elemental magic, the keys are flow and fluidity. However, seahorse magic can be best utilized around issues of equality. If you want to be seen as an equal, or you're being discriminated against in sex, race, or status, you can ask for the help of seahorse energy and receive balance and justice. Symbology: seahorse head, seahorse pulling a chariot, beautiful sea goddesses, or goddess with her seahorse. Status: there are 43 species of seahorse, the majority of which are vulnerable or endangered. It's amazing to think what a privilege we get to witness these things. Hopefully we don't make decisions that eliminate them. Hopefully we seek karmic balance and act in a nurturing way with our actions, our focused actions in reality that don't eliminate. Like, are they dying because of our ignorance? Or are they just dying because the karma of that species is up? Which happens too. A lot of people don't want to think that, but it's like, it's both. It's like we affect the world, and then the world has, Neanderthals died out to Neanderthals overtook Cro-Magnon, or whatever the fuck happened. I'm not an anthropologist. It's like humans, there were many types of subhuman species on Earth before we became Homo sapiens. Their karma was up. Yayoi Kusama is who we're getting as the art card. This is some Gemini moon stuff. The now octogenarian Yayoi Kusama voluntarily lives in a mental institution in Japan where she draws upon her visions and hallucinations for inspiration, right? She draws upon her visions for inspiration to get there, and she's drawing a bunch of circles, ironically. Here's a circle. But to seek karmic balance, she's like, institutionalize me because maybe I'm a threat to myself, or whatever she's thinking. Among the recurring elements of Kusama's work are polka dots, which she describes as the shape that makes us human, composed particles, and unites us with earth and sun. We're all just spheres and spheres, and many wheels within wheels, as Ezekiel would say. Kusama's infinity rooms are mirrored artistic chambers that multiply bodies and alter perceptions. Over her long, prolific career, Kusama has led the avant-garde with bold happenings, big ideas, and bright wigs. Eight of Wands. She's led the charge. She's taken an initiative. She did a lot of circles to change the world, right? She nurtured her vision. There's another circle behind her, right? A lot of circular energy. She nurtured her vision and is seeking creative balance, more circles, equality. Like, right? She's being like, I'm a really creative person, but maybe I can't, like, take care of myself. So I'll pump out the art if you guys kind of feed me, or whatever she's thinking. So, we're being told by Yayoi Kusama, your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe, as above, so below, as within, so without. There's many processes going on. Individuation is happening at a cellular level. Cells divide. Seeds become trees. Galaxies form from star explosions. Ultimately, stardust creates more things. It's crazy, right? We are the polarity, and we are the process also. That's what we are. We're witness to it. We're nurturing that process. We're the void, that feminine space inside of material reality, witnessing itself. It's a very paradoxical, heady situation. I know. It's crazy. We need to seek karmic balance, though. Not just take actions without thinking. Not just sit there and wait for things to happen. Sometimes we have to take initiative. Right? It's a both and. Equality. Both are acceptable. Penises and vaginas, both necessary, right? Yin and yang, both necessary. It takes action. It takes rest. It takes night. It takes day. Do you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? I don't have to get into it. I don't want to get too vulgar. I don't want to trigger anybody. But your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. As within, so without. As above, so below. So all the changes that are happening in your life, if you feel like life is crazy and going, like, look out there. That's also going crazy and it's nuts and all this stuff. So the stone we have is very beautiful. Chrysocolla. Very beautiful stone. You can quantumly entangle with this. You don't have to actually own it. That's one of my favorite parts about this deck. I have a few, crystals collection. Selenite wands and stuff like that. But you can quantumly entangle with this without having to own it. Very beautiful. Chrysocolla. 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 What it is, chrysocolla forms near copper ore deposits, hence its wavy blue-green swirls left behind by the oxidized metal. Like other materials associated with copper, think telephone wires, chrysocolla opens up channels of clear communication. Right? Who needs it? Anyone entangled in the 24/7 fear cycle propagated by the political media complex. Those who can never find the right words. It's a third eye, ajna. We can get into the right way of thinking, communicating with our higher mind when we stop getting distracted with all the craziness in the world, which is ultimately an outer reflection of our internal realities and vice versa. How you react to that is like, where are you? Like, if, simple as within, so without kind of stuff. Where to put it, hold it to your heart and breathe. When to use it, when you feel small and vulnerable and are looking for someone to parent you, mother card, when you need a mother, right? But you remember that you are grown up and it's cool because you totally got this. I have to be the rocket going into the places I want to go. Initiative, right? There's the paradox. It's like, I need a womb, but I've been born. Be your own mama. You can't make this shit up. I love pulling cards. Hopefully you guys are digging it as much as I like doing it, because it's that. Be your own mama. Take initiative. Like, you're here to nurture yourself, mother yourself. We are taught at a point when we aren't able to do that through mothers, through mentors, through teachers, and then we are here to be that change, to be that paradigm, to seek the karmic balance, not to be the student becomes the teacher, but the teacher is always a student. See the balance? Equality there? Teachers have to learn. They don't get it all, right? But students can teach teachers a thing or two, but then students by definition are in the process of learning. There's an equality there. Your soul is composed of the same dots of the universe. Just try to remember that. Like, when you kind of get overwhelmed, be like, it's all me and I'm all it. And that might bring some kind of level of assuaging of your fears and stuff. Be your own mama. You have to know what nurtures you. Hit me up for a reading, because I could tell you based off of your chart, or cards if you want cards, like what are your lessons? What is something that you need to move towards? What are the things you need to move away from? Why do you keep doing these things? Can you celebrate these things without beating yourself up? Because maybe it's like, oh, I'm super hypersexual. It's like, maybe you're like, Mars and Venus in 8th house Sagittarius or something. It's like, well, you're going to be super sexual, right? So we can know ourselves, and then when we know ourselves, we can come to grace and acceptance with that, knowing what we need to change, coming to equality and balance karmically, and not just celebrating this is who I am, like I'm a double Gemini, I talk, but it's like how can I learn how to say what the right word is and play with it while also being serious and listening well. You hear what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and play some music. It'll be fun. We've got the Eight of Wands as the card. Whoa, the Eight of Wands is the card, and the clarifier is the Mother. So in a sense, we're birthing we're birthing ourselves. We're birthing ourselves, folks. That's what's happening. It's the new age, the age of Aquarius. The age of Aquarius is about the water bearer. We're bearing ourselves through the water of the water breaking. It's true of every age, but it's really true right now, for sure. So, let me get this plugged in, and then we will rock out. So, have power to get to where we want to be going, right? 8 of Wands, but we need to be doing it in a way that cares for ourselves and others in an intuitive way. Mother card. Ultimately not holding on to the baby and being a toxic mother, right? But allowing others to move and ourselves to move more and more deeply into the dream. Do it with care. Do it with nurturance, right? It's no joke. Seek karmic balance in your relationships. Seek karmic balance and equality within yourself. You have light and dark. You have male and female. You have it all. You are good and bad. Oh my gosh, everybody else is good and bad. Hitler was nice to his grandkids. Obama dropped bombs on weddings, right? Like, if you think like Obama. So the point is equality. Everything is equal. Everything's in harmony. Try to continue to be harmonized. And as within, so without. Your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. So the alchemy that's occurring out there is occurring within us. Astrology. And the stuff that's happening within us is happening out there. Astrology, right? Like, as within, so without. Stuffs. Be your own mama, though. You have to take initiative and love yourself unconditionally. Know that you have, a trickster in you, and you have like a goody two-shoes. You have both, and they need equal attention, or else one will become inflamed and the other will be detrimented. Like, we need to be balanced, right? Just as much as there are black holes as there are supernovas, right? Your soul is composed of the same dots as the universe. We're relatively the same thing as that which we are a part of. Be your own mama. Love and nurture yourself and others through it all. Teaching through compassion. Teaching through holding space. Not in a passive point, because then it becomes codependent and issues that arise there. But ultimately, I think you hear what I'm saying. Holler for readings. I love giving them. People love getting them. So do that if you feel so inclined. Really cheap. It's $33 for about an hour of tarot cards, and then $88 for 2.5 to 4 hours of a chart reading. You will walk away a better person. I promise you that. That's definitely what all the reviews say. Check out the reviews. 5-star reviews only. I'm not making this shit up. Check out the podcast. We've been having great ones lately. And they will continue to get better, I'm sure. Just the nature of progress. 8 of Wands. We're going for it. And yeah, have a beautiful Tuesday. I didn't say that. Tuesday, Tears Day, ruled by Tear Mars. So action is called for. All right, so take action in loving yourself and bringing balance to the force, because that's always what's been happening, and it's always been our goal, but there's many layers to that. So it's like, what does bringing balance to the force as an amoeba look like? What does it mean like as an individual? What does it mean to keep going as a species, and stuff like that? Love yourself, love others, and fucking enjoy the ride. Adios, guys.